What's up? Happy Christmas Eve, everybody. Oh, let me put my Christmas hat on. Here we go. Happy Christmas Eve, everybody. Don't do that. I started coughing. He walked off like, I don't know what that is. Hey, everybody. Come on in. We on both channels. Excuse me. We are on both channels, baby. I figured that situation last night, it cracked me up so much that I said, I'm going to come down here and talk to the people for a few minutes about it. We ain't going to be here long. I just want to get y'all's point of view on it, and then we're going to go into members only, and I'm going to start wrapping these gifts, y'all. Y'all know I got to wrap these gifts, honey. So we're going to do that on members only. But last night, Carlos in this messy Monday situation. This messy Monday situation with Carlos has been messy, to say the least. Now, he started off doing this messy Mondays with Dr. Heavenly, and they used to do it on his channel and her channel, and they were reviewing Married to Medicine. And then we have a Merry Christmas flight. Tracy said the bar's open. Okay. And then it seemed like once, And then it seemed like once the Married to Medicine was over, then they started going into Carlos's shows, which I feel like was his goal all along, was to try to get Dr. Heavenly to come, just to spread it out, right? So they started talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, and of course, Dr. Heavenly being Dr. Heavenly, she started putting her foot in her mouth. Now, let me tell y'all something about Dr. Heavenly. What Dr. Heavenly does, and I know some people don't like her, some people love her, some people hate her, and that's fine. But what Dr. Heavenly does, it works for her show, and it works for the people on her show. One, because that is what we expect from Dr. Heavenly. We expect her to be messy. We expect her to say some off-the-wall-ish. And, that's what we expect from her. And we're going to get to Married to Medicine later. I still haven't watched the episode, but baby, based on what I do know, I got some stuff to say. But we're going to have to do a double review on that. But with that being said, she's trifling and messy, right? So, but what we know that, right? But these Love and Marriage Huntsville fans, they different. We've talked about the Love and Marriage Huntsville fans, the fan base, baby, they are different. They are very, what's the word I want to say? They are very polarizing. And so that sort of didn't really go too well. We know that Dr. Heavenly got in trouble with saying some stuff about one of her castmates. So she kind of had to go behind her Patreon wall. So she was really going over to Carlos's so she could still just be messy, honestly. Well, look who done dropped down. Hey, schoolboy. Hey, happy holidays to you and the missus. So, but when it got to the love and marriage stuff, we know she got in trouble with the mellometers. And then she made that comment about Carlos's show not being edited well, which got her in trouble with Carlos. So next we didn't see her anymore. So when Dr. Heavenly left, he had to switch up the platform. So he did, which honestly, it was a smart thing that he did, y'all. Here we have an executive producer who has access to all of the stars on his show. So what he started doing was a mashup. It really wasn't a bad idea. It really wasn't a bad concept. I'm going to take one star from this show, one of my stars from this show, and we're going to do our reviews, and we're going to do a mashup and let everybody kind of talk about what they see and the way they see it. Cool. But baby, that has been one long string. Yes, Ray. Say you got 11,000. Yes. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. And 12 subs. Yes, honey. So I think I got 4,000 views on mine. So the thing is this. Now, we had something happened before So Gucci, y'all. What happened before So Gucci? Something happened before So Gucci. Something happened on Messy Mondays before So Gucci. And then we had So Gucci come down and basically say, look, Carlos, I don't feel protected. I don't feel, you know, the show didn't protect me, you know, and as a result of her not feeling protected, Carlos ended up taking that whole video down. We still ain't seen that video. If you didn't get a screenshot of it, or some people, I think somebody got a little clip of it. It's been circulating around the internet. You didn't see it. He ain't never put that one back up. Then we had Tisha come down last week and call herself airing out Martell, which I still feel like Carlos didn't handle that well, right? Then last night, he had Aikisha. Well, actually, what was funny was he really didn't have Aikisha. He really did not have Aikisha. He tried to get Aikisha off of there. If you go back and look, because we're going to get back to the Willie of it all, because I do want to talk about that. Willie was telling his side of the story of what happened at the Belle Collective finale last Friday. And Aikisha came down and Carlos was like, now Aikisha, Willie didn't interrupt you when you did your Monday show. And, you know, he didn't come down. You know, I want to hear from Willie. You know how he does. I want to hear from Willie. And Aikisha was like, oh, no problem. I'll hang out. I'll wait. He should have known then. He should have known then when she said, oh, I'll wait. So she waited. And then Carlos, I guess Carlos was like, well, hell, maybe she wants to plug some stuff, right? So then he gonna say to her, well, what you got going on for the holidays? I know you have your foundation. What's been going on? Baby, Aikisha just as nicely plugged all of her shit. Oh, well, you know, the foundation, we just did our Christmas, you know, toy giveaway. And, you know, we're doing this and we're doing that. And, you know, we're still doing Ferris Street and I'm doing this in Jackson and we're doing that. Like, baby, she went down her whole resume and she did it just as nice. I said, okay, Aikisha. She went down her whole resume. And then she transitioned and said, what's up, Markel? Because I done figured out the double dip. Yes. Well, you know what? Markel is on my list this year. He is on my naughty list. He is on my naughty list. Moving right along. So she transitioned. She said, Carlos, congratulations on Belle Collective getting picked up. I think that is, you know, congratulations, Carlos. And y'all, I'm gonna just pull up the video. I'm gonna pull up the video because I can't do it justice. Hold on. I should have had this already queued up. My bad. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna pull up the video. Because baby, I can't do it justice because baby, Aikisha did that thing so smooth. And the reason why I can't do it justice is because y'all have to see the look on Carlos's face. Because you can tell he did not know. There is no way on earth that Carlos knew what was coming. You can tell by his reaction. You could baby, hold on. Let me get this thing pulled up. Hold on. Ooh, child, let me pull this thing up, child. Because baby, Carlos is child. Now, I'll give him credit. He recovered nicely. I will give him credit. He did recover nicely. But, baby, he was gagged. And I don't even like using that word gagged. I don't even like saying gagged. But he was gagged. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I should have had this. Got my letter. Congratulations. But we're not coming back. Right. And let me tell you another thing that I love that she did. She let it be known that she was... Because, you know, y'all love, and when I say y'all, I ain't talking about y'all. I'm saying people on the internet. They love to try to say somebody got fired, but she wanted to be clear. She wanted to let y'all know, I didn't get fired. I got my pickup letter. I was invited back. I was asked to come back, but we're quitting. I love the way she did that because she left no room for misunderstanding. She left no room for y'all to come back later and be like, well, she got fired. Because that's what y'all love to do. Because no matter how many times I done told y'all that Monique did not get fired, that Monique quit, y'all still want to try to say that Monique Samuels got fired. And she did not get fired. She got her pickup letter from Bravo. She actually signed to come back for season 6. And it was after the reunion And after she saw the way the reunion was edited, she decided not to come back. But don't nobody want to believe that. Don't nobody want to believe that. And I done told y'all that's what happened. But don't nobody want to believe it. But moving right along, we're going to look at this. Let's look at this clip, honey. Hold on. Child. I still think Candace was demoted and quit. Just simply said, I believe it. I don't think Candace quit. I don't know that. Now, Candace, I do not know to be a fact. But I know Monique didn't quit. I mean, I know Monique didn't get fired. I do not know. I cannot speak to Candace. I cannot speak to Candace. The main character says she'll be back again next season. She don't have anything better to do. I disagree. But, you know, everybody feel the way they feel. I think that was her whole purpose for letting y'all know everything she got going on with her foundation, to let y'all know she got other things to do. But, you know. All right, let's look at this, y'all. Let's look at this. Can y'all see it? Okay, y'all can see it. I need y'all. It's only, let me, child.
And but anyway, I just wanted to step in. I am excited that Belle Collective has been picked up for another season. I got my pickup letter. And,
I know that's right.
We were excited about that.
Now, if you're watching Carlos's face, the fact that he got so happy lets you know that he didn't know she was getting ready to quit. However, I do think he thought something was up, because I don't know if she was supposed to tell that she got her pickup letter. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if she was supposed to tell it, but you can tell by Carlos's face that he was clapping and he was laughing. Mm-hmm.
And we want to congratulate Carlos, and we want to congratulate the show, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of the platform. But unfortunately, we will not be returned. So,
baby, I want y'all to watch. First, I want y'all to watch Carlos's face, and then we're gonna rewind it back, and then I want y'all to watch Jazz's face. But y'all watch Carlos's face.
Just wanted to say that the colognes are done. So thank y'all.
Baby, and Aikisha gave him the, you ain't gonna say nothing? Like, Aikisha was like, you ain't gonna say nothing? You ain't gonna say that? You ain't gonna say nothing? You ain't gonna say nothing? She said, okay, all right then. You ain't got nothing to say? All right. Baby, Carlos's face. Now look at Jazz. Look at Jazz down at the bottom. Jazz, baby. Jazz's face was shocked. Dustin was just high. Justin was just high. He just high.
Merry Christmas. And our attorney has sent a letter to the attorneys of Kingdom.
And my attorney will send a letter to your attorney. And listen to her last little jab. This is how you know that this was very much planned. Listen to this last little jab.
So just want to let y'all know, because I didn't want Carlos to find out any other way.
Because I didn't want Carlos to find out any other way. Ma'am, you literally just blindsided him, which tells me that this was very much you giving Carlos King your final middle finger. Okay, hold on. You said she's done this once before. You said, I don't believe her. I'm sorry. She did this once before. When else did she do this? When did she do this, the main character? Maybe you know something I don't know. Aikisha filmed when she was preggo for Real Housewives. You're going to say the Real Housewives of New Jersey, but they edited her out because she was not available to film. Suppose she was high risk. They went with Tiki Barber. Right. She was supposed to be on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. They had actually announced that she was going to be on the show. And yes, that's when she got pregnant. And it was a high risk pregnancy and she could not film. Yep. Do y'all think Soguchi is going to? I think Soguchi is going to get fired. Now that I think is going to be a fire. I think Soguchi has already gotten her papers. I do not believe Soguchi is going to be invited back. She was talking about it this season, why she came back again after saying she was quitting on the last reunion. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, I think this was for real this time. I don't think this is for play. I think this is for real this time. So yeah. Now I don't know who is Jazz, y'all. Tell me who. Pardon my ignorance, but I don't know who she is. Is she another content creator? Who is she? Pardon my ignorance. Don't yell at me for not knowing who she is, y'all. But I don't know who she is. Yeah. I think so. Gucci got fired, and I'm gonna be honest with you. That may have been the final straw in her decision, because she does not have any other friends on the show at this point, because it's clear that Leticia and Latrice have teamed up against her, right? It's clear. And if So Gucci didn't get a pickup letter, she doesn't really have a friend on the show. You know, she's one of the producers. Okay. She's one of the, so that puts even more context on her face. If she's one of his producers, okay. If she's one of his producers, that's even more of a, oh shit, look. Oh, got you. So let me stop sharing. That clip has been circulating. I do have that clip posted on. It's a short. It's only a minute long, but it's posted all over. So let me say this, y'all, and then I'm going to drop the link for a few minutes because I don't have a whole lot to say, but I do want to hear what you guys have to say. We're only going to be here for an hour though, because I got to get to wrapping these gifts, honey. I got to wrap these gifts, and I got to get ready to get out of here by. I got to really be ready to get out of here by about 3:30. You love my ears, child. They done broke. Listen. You see, I got bells on this side. I only got one little bell on this side, so these will be my last year for these things. They going in the trash at the end of this holiday season. Thank you for engaging with your subscribers. Merry Christmas. Thank you, the main character. I appreciate you being here, and thank you for the super chat. Mwah. Thank you, my love. So I'm gonna say this. I'm like. Remember, Aikisha was already upset at that intro. Let's go back to the beginning, and then we're going to talk about Willie and this finale, and then I'm going to drop the link. We're 19 minutes in. I'll at 30 minutes, I'll drop the link if I'm not done saying what I got to say. But I should be done in 11 minutes if I don't get sidetracked. Y'all know I get sidetracked easily. But remember the intro at the beginning. She was pissed off about that. Right? She was pissed off about the intro because of the whole, they got her twerking. And she was like, the way that intro went, she was like, we were playing. She said it was a long day. We were doing our intros, and that was during like a break. We were just joking. She was like, the fact that would be my intro, the fact that they would make that my intro, that they have me twerking, that pissed her off. And I understand her being pissed off, because if you look at the rest of the women, they don't have none of the rest of the women doing that. So why would she, because I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, Aikisha? Like, out of all of them, she's the last person that I would think would do a twerk, right? That's just not who she's been. That's not been her brand. That's not how she's presented herself. So that pissed her off from the beginning. And then the reason why I believe her this time, the reason why I believe her this time is because of what happened at the finale. So let's talk about Willie's side of the story. We've heard Leticia and Latrice. They did a live. They told their side of the story. I told y'all my opinion. But what Willie said made a lot of sense. Oh, so let me tell y'all what Willie was talking about. So first of all, Latrice said that Aikisha and Willie showed up with a car full of thugs ready to fight, right? That's what she said. She said they showed up ready to fight. He explained that. He said, first of all, we did not show up with no car full of thugs. He said, I showed up with Aikisha's family lives in Jackson. So they asked if they could come. We said, sure. She said that was Aikisha's cousin, her niece, and her aunt or something like that. She said it was not no car full of thugs. She said, he was like, first of all, this event was advertised on the radio. So this was not an event that was closed off to the public. It was an event that was advertised on the radio. Tambra talked about it on the radio. So she said, I keep saying she. He said that Aikisha's cousin called and was like, hey, my mom is coming. Can I come too? And Aikisha was like, sure. Like, okay. He said, because it was advertised. It wasn't, even though we were filming, it wasn't a closed event. So Mia said, I knew it was a public event. Right. So Willie was like, so that's number one. He said, and if we showed up to fight, he was like, she had on slides. He was like, so anybody that shows up to fight, you already know they don't wear slides. So that lets you know right there, nobody showed up to fight. We showed up to enjoy ourselves and have a good time. He said when we were outside, he was like, Cliff had already started drinking. And he was like, you know, I wasn't tripping off of that because he said that man deserved a drink. This was a big deal for him. This was a big day. He was opening a business. He said, as a business owner, as somebody that owns a restaurant, I know it's not easy. It's hard work. So he said, I didn't begrudge him of that. He said, but but Cliff is a different person when he's drinking. He said a sober Cliff, he said Cliff is quirky and he's funny and he has like a dry sense of humor. He said, but he's cool when he's sober. He said, but when he's drinking, it's a little different. He said, and I could tell Cliff was a little sauced, but again, I didn't begrudge him nothing. It was what it was. He said, when we went inside, we were eating, we were dancing, everybody was having a good time. It wasn't no big deal. He said, when we were all sitting down, we were filming. He said, when Glenn came in and he knocked my hand away, I was kind of like, oh, okay then. He was like, I don't know what that's about, but all right. He said, and yes, Cliff and Glenn and I, yes, we've had a little banter. We've done a little banter. He said, but the worst that Cliff has ever said to me in the past was, I don't like you. He said, and my thing was, all right, you ain't gotta like me. It's cool. He said, it's never been nasty like it was then. He said, the way that they were talking about him and to him, he said, it's never been like that. He said, so for them to be like, oh, well, we go back and forth like that, I didn't think it was a big deal. He was like, nah. He said, Cliff and Glenn ain't never talked to him the way they were talking to him that day. He said he felt like Glenn and Cliff were showing off for Stormy and Courtney. Remember, Stormy and Courtney were there. He said, I didn't know Stormy and Courtney. They knew them. I didn't know them. He said, I just knew they were from another show. And I honestly felt like they were showing off. He said, that's how I felt. I felt like, oh, y'all trying to embarrass me. Y'all are trying to make me, y'all trying to put me on the spot. Y'all putting me in the corner. Y'all saying some real foul shit. And it's almost like y'all are forgetting that I'm a grown ass man. Like I'm not no punk. But he said, I really felt like they were showing off for the moment. He said, okay. He said, and that is when we started going back and forth because I was like, you're not about to embarrass me. Like, you're not getting ready to make me feel no kind of way. You're not getting ready to sit here and make me feel stupid. He was like, so that's when he started responding and it got, he said, and of course it got worse. He said, when Cliff stood up, he was like, I had on soft bottoms. He's like, I had on slides. I mean, not slides, but dress shoes. So he was like, I had on dress shoes. He said, so when Cliff stood up, he was like, I know what that means. He said, I know what's coming next. Or I felt like what was coming next. So yeah, I stood up. He said, and where the table was on, it was on like a riser. So I stepped down so I would be on a solid platform. He was like, so yeah, I stood up. He said, and that's when, everything erupted. He said, and this is why I think it's different. You guys, this is why I do think Aikisha means it this time, because this wasn't just some old stupid drama for a show. This was some real shit. He said that when he said it wasn't until he said I was outside and I saw all of the melee. He said that's when it really hit me. He said, one, I have never seen my wife that upset before. He said, I have never seen my wife that angry before. He said, and I done some dumb shit. And I've never seen her that angry before. He said, number two, he said, my job is to protect the women in my life. He said, and I felt like I wasn't doing that. I put them in danger's way because of how I handled the situation. He said, I honestly handled the situation badly over some words. He said, this is what I go out and I go to high schools and I visit other teams and I visit places and I tell kids, one bad decision can change your whole life. He said, and now here I am doing the same thing that I preach to my other kids. I preach about, I go out and I talk to kids. I go into high schools and I tell them, don't let one bad decision ruin your life. He was like, now, how do I go out and have that conversation when they can say, well, we saw what you did on TV? He said, that's when it hit me. He said, that is when it hit me. When I was sitting outside and I was watching all of the melee and I was watching everything that happened, I realized just how bad the situation was. He said, and then I was embarrassed. He said, I was embarrassed because I allowed all of this over some words. He said, I should have just left. I should have told my wife we're leaving. And I should have removed myself from the situation. He said, so that, I'm going to be honest with you, that is why I feel like this is different. And that is why I believe them when they say we're not coming back. Because this is bigger than some drama on a show. This is bigger than he said, she said. This is bigger than some bullshit, right? This is his brand. This is his livelihood. I believe they mean it. Because I do believe they sat down and had a conversation about it and was like, what the fuck were we doing? Shall y'all hear that dog snoring? So honestly, once I heard what Willie said, and then I saw what Aikisha did, I believe it. And that's why I believe it. If this had just been like some regular old Belle Collective shit, I'd be like, eh. But Willie, you heard Willie say it. If you go back and watch the show, Willie was like, yo, I got contracts. He said, I'm not doing this. He said, I got deals. I got brand deals. So when people say, she don't have nothing else better to do, I disagree. I think she's got a lot. First of all, she's got 2 young kids that she's raising. That's number one. Number 2, they do have businesses. They have businesses outside of this. They have restaurants. They have, like you said, they have foundations. They do a lot. Exactly. Plus his niece was jumped by 8 people. Yeah, they said, I believe his niece did get, it was bad. Y'all, they did not show half of what happened that day. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, now I will say this. Aikisha, if you got that girl phone, get that phone back. If you had that boy, well, it's really her nephew's phone. If y'all got that boy's phone, get the phone back. Get the phone back and just be done with it. I believe what Latrice said was that production just gave it to Aikisha thinking it belonged to them. So I believe that. And I believe when you do find my phone, just get the phone back. And even if you don't know you have it or it's mixed up in a bunch of shit, child, get that baby that phone back. Just get them the phone back. People forget that these people had to be doing something to get on these shows. Yeah. And remember, she was supposed to be on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And I'm not putting one over the other, but in order for her to be on the radar for a housewife show to the point where she actually was filming, yeah, she's bringing something to the table. So once I heard what Willie had to say, I absolutely believe that they really are walking away. And it's funny because what is Leticia and Latrice going to talk about? Because they have no storyline now. Because that was going to be their whole storyline next season was about this. Because they done already went live talking about it and all that other stuff, Based on what Willie said, I would be hesitant to meet up with these people for any reason, even if but you know what? Take it to the police station. I would listen. Let me tell you what I would do. Because Latrice did show the text messages between her and Aikisha. So Latrice reached out to Aikisha. Take it to the police station and then send Latrice a text message saying, I've dropped the phone off at such and such police station with such and such officer. I agree. I don't think they need to be around each other, but there's a lot of ways to get the property back without having to talk to them. You know, there's a lot of ways to do it. I say she doesn't have anything else better to do because she indicated on the last reunion she was leaving because she had better things to do. Okay, I got you. I really wish there could be a show with some Black sisters who are really about something positive with no mess. But you know what? This too much. And I've said this a million times. And I'm going to drop the link so y'all can come up and say what y'all want to say. I'm going to say this, and I've said this a million times, and myself included. I point the finger at myself as well. We don't want that. And I'm going to say why we don't want that. Because the ratings don't reflect that. When we have these positive reality shows that aren't about mess, the ratings are not there. The ratings are not there. We've talked about this before. Holly Robinson had a reality show. Kim Whitney had a reality show. Shanice and Flex. Those shows, the ratings don't support that people want to see that. So, and again, I point the finger at myself. Even though I watch those shows, I watched all of those shows. I love me some Holly Robinson. I go back to 21 Jump Street with Holly Robinson. But we'll go watch Zeus. We'll get a subscription to Zeus and we'll watch that bullshit. But we won't watch a positive show. We won't watch it. I'm about to drop the link. So we say that's what we want, but they've given it to us and we don't support it. Or we don't support it until it gets messy. We don't support it until it gets messy. And y'all know I'm going to always take it back. When Love and Marriage Huntsville first came on, nobody was watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know when people started watching Love and Marriage Huntsville? When it got to that last episode and Melody dropped the tea about the cheating, and then the reruns started coming on, and that's when you started seeing people watching it because now they heard about the drama with the cheating. Nobody was watching and I'm gonna tell you why I'm telling you that because I was one of the first content creators reviewing it. And I know nobody was watching it until then all of a sudden everybody came running. And then all of a sudden all these YouTubers started reviewing it. And that's no shade on the YouTubers. But I'm telling you, we don't support it. Proofin said that's not true. The TLC channel is positive. The TLC channel got a lot of mess too. TLC channel got 90 Day Fiance. That's messy as hell. TLC has what's that? Sister Wives. That's messy as hell. Don't do that. TLC is messy. TLC is messy. Hey, Ray, congratulations, boo.
Hey, thank you. How you doing? Happy holidays.
How are you? Happy holidays to you as well. What you got going on, girl?
Well, I'm working a little under the weather, but I'll be all right, you know.
Oh, well, I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, Love After Lockup comes on TLC. Oh, child, don't talk about me about no wholesome on TLC. That is the messiest of the messy.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, boo.
Well, first I want to say this is my second. Well, it was my second favorite show next to Married to Medicine. I really, engaged with the ladies on Belle, all of them, even the first season with Antoinette and moving forward with Sophia and then Aikisha. I thought that they would be respectable enough to, keep it shady, keep it a buck and know how to, control their husbands enough so that it wouldn't get out of hand. I didn't like the fact that JJ's ex came on and then the fighting started. I have my opinions, and I know it's a lot people are saying that she was chosen first. All I know is it wasn't until fighting didn't start until she came around because her first season, the first episode of season 4, it was shade against Sophia. Shade, everything out of her mouth was something against Sophia and JJ, mainly Sophia. And I noticed that when Latrice brings people on, they have payback or they have some vengeance that they need to do, i.e. Antoinette. We see her showed her whole behind. I really believe Aikisha came on, her and Willie came on to show, again, prominent African American people with a purpose, not really with the BS. And yes, the only thing I can think of that rubbed people the wrong way with Aikisha was her calling them ugly. And she admitted to it because the picture she saw, she said they looked ugly. It didn't make it right, but at least she stood 10 toes down in it. But it wasn't to the point where fisticuffs need to come into play. That was her opinion. And since then, she's been gracious. She's been upfront, and no one has had a problem with her. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she has not had any issues with people to the point where it's been similar to with Marie and Latrice or Letitia and whoever. And for Letitia, now, and I'm gonna say this also, I used to think Letitia was my favorite, I don't want to say character, but favorite Belle on that show. Because I really admired her drive and what she was trying to do. But turning in season 4 and then season 5, she showed another color to her, especially when she was outside yelling how she said Aikisha wants to be her to the point, or Aikisha has been competing with her. No, boo-boo, it's the other way around. I really think there's a lot of envy with Letitia against Aikisha. I mean, let's just break it down. The marriage is no comparison. How he treats his wife is no comparison. Willie ain't out there worrying about if he got a baby. He ain't out there quitting his job, relying on his wife to take care of him. He's not listening to other men show him how to be a husband to his wife. They don't have issues as far as Aikisha and Willie to the extent that Letitia has, especially professional. At least Aikisha got in the door with Ferris Street. Letitia couldn't. And that whole argument that Letitia had with Aikisha, where Letitia said even your own family didn't want you, that's what kind of turned me off a little bit at the start. And I really wish that Carlos could have explored that with them more on the show. It just seems like that was said, and pretty much Aikisha didn't want to work with her in a professional capacity with Ferris Street. And that's understandable, because you can't tell me something like that and think that I'm going to invite you in on this because you tried it first. And as far as this fight was concerned, I am disappointed again. I agree with Willie, and I'm glad that they're not coming back, for the simple fact of that whole situation. It just can't be fixed after what we saw. And mind you, that's what we saw. You can imagine what we didn't see. And we all know that there was a melee fight that they refused to show. All of that was just utterly ridiculous. And the fact that it started with Glendale disrespecting Willie as he wanted to showboat and come in again because it's his birthday. And then once Cliff stood up, that's when I knew it was an issue, because Willie stood up. Willie ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? He has proven to be a very respectable dude amongst a bunch of other dudes who have just berated him and talked about him and tried to make him feel small, pretty much tried to make him come down to their level. Now, I don't think that Aikisha and Willie think they're above them, but it proves that they somewhat are, because they're not the ones starting fights. They're not the ones trying to, get people's goat. It's just it didn't work. And that part of the interview last night, when Willie was explaining things, and then they meaning Carlos and I think Dustin, made fun of his cousin being a Chihuahua type of person. because she was really getting in the, she was arguing. We all saw her yelling and whatnot. And then once Willie told them what happened, they didn't even come back with any type of remorse. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that happened. It was just, okay, we'll just let that in, because it was actually an insult to that girl that they were calling her those things. Pretty much in closing, I want to be too long-winded, but in closing, I wish Aikisha and Willie well. I hope to see them again on TV. I think they have a lot to offer. I love that they are respectable. I love their relationship. I see the growth in them. I love how they balance off of each other. And I want to see little kids grow up too. They're just two cute little kids I would love to see grow up like we've seen other kids grow up. And I hope if I continue to watch this show for season 6, I hope that these ladies can learn how to keep their hands to themselves and hopefully learn from this, because it wasn't Aikisha and Willie's fault. It was their husband's fault. And also, before I forget, Letitia actually invited Aikisha to fight. When Letitia said, F you, B, what's up, B? I was shocked to see Letitia get that riled up. She wasn't, it was just so embarrassing to see, from the simple fact that she's been trying to get these ladies together and stop the mess. But yeah, it was just awful.
So I'm gonna say this. I thank you so much, Boo. I'm gonna say this. Art World said something, and I think I agree with pretty much what you said. I did not like Aikisha on her first season. I did feel like Aikisha sort of had an attitude like she was above it, she was better than, and she was going to show these girls how to do it. Right? I do feel like that, and it took a while for me to warm up to Aikisha. It honestly did, and I know that Willie. I know Willie turned the guys off when he made the comments about their accents and country. He did have, and a lot of people from up north come down south and they do that. So I feel like the resentment had been building up with them. So I'm not going to say that Aikisha and Willie were perfect and there was no reason for anybody to feel some kind of way. But I think the way in which it manifested itself is the problem, right? They, because even Willie was, Glenn was mad because Willie didn't like his song. Child, nobody liked that song.
We all clowned. Hello.
Girl, we all clowned you about that song. Like, child, but at the end of the day, again, like you said, the way in which it came out was the problem. Why they chose that day, why they decided it was going to be in that moment, and I don't know where they thought it was going to go, because Willie already told y'all when he was in New Orleans, when y'all was trying to come at him, when y'all went out to New Orleans, he already told y'all, when I was in first of all, I'm not what y'all think I am. Like, I know y'all see where I am now, but I'm from the Bronx. I was a dirty player in the NFL. Like, you probably don't want to go there with me. And he tried to tell them, like, you probably don't want to go there with me. So I don't know what they thought. Maybe they thought they had him outnumbered. Like, I don't know what they thought was going to happen. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to drop the link one more time. And then we're going to get out of here. I'm about to wrap these gifts, child. I'm about to wrap these gifts, honey.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to go into members only and wrap the gifts. So if you're on membership on my main channel, you can meet me over there. And we're going to get into these gifts. I got to wrap these gifts before I get out of here today. Thank you, Ray, for coming up, though. Thank you so much. Well, yep, Willie did warn them. His wife has an accent, so obviously Willie has no problem. Yeah, but his wife's accent and Cliff's accent ain't the same. Remember when he was like, he can't understand? First of all, production be clowning Cliff because they put subtitles. Every time Cliff open his mouth, they give him subtitles. So production be clowning Cliff, okay? Okay. Okay. Glendale was being carried around like a dog. Baby, Glenn didn't really want that work. I do think Willie would have whooped Glenn ass. I mean, I'm just saying. And I ain't saying Willie can't fight. I'm just saying I don't think that would have went well. Right. Art World said I never understand. Right. And production clowns Cliff. Every time Cliff opened his mouth, they give him a subtitle. So when Willie was making those comments, I How think it was just, you know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway. Right. Cliff's accent is different. It is different. Not I lose brain cells listening to Cliff. Right. So Latrice, and then I told y'all before, Latrice, you act like the ladies hating on you, and okay, well, let me see what y'all come up with this season. Tamra didn't have no storyline this season. I think Marie, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all the other person y'all need to watch. Y'all need to watch Marie this season. And the reason why I say that, I know a lot of people don't like Marie. I ain't talking about her personality. I'm saying watch how she moving. I purposely feel like I think Marie purposely did not give them a storyline this season. She gave them a little piece of one. But if you really pay attention, Marie has been carrying this show on her back when it comes to storylines. Marie in season 1, she gave us the whole storyline. Marie showed up to that damn brunch dressed like Lil Bo Peep. I don't think that was an accident. I think that was purposefully done. She immediately came after Latrice. With the hair. Then we had the situation where her husband, we knew about her lupus. We knew about her son, right? Marie left it all on the floor season 1. Season 2, we sort of got a little bit of what was going on with her husband, with what was going on with that. We got the whole lupus. We have more of her lupus. We saw her businesses. We got more of her family situation. Unfortunately, season 3, and all the seasons run together, so this may not really be season 3. I'm just going through what I remember. Unfortunately, we had the situation where her, the mother of her granddaughter being unalived, and that was some real shit. She shared her mother's storyline with us. She's been very raw with her mother. Man, we saw Marie going through the hood, knocking on doors, looking for her mama, going to crack houses. Like, if that ain't somebody that has put it all on the floor, you ain't got to like Marie. Let's be clear. You don't have to like her. But when we talk about storylines and putting it on the table, baby, Marie done gave it all to us. Okay? This season, Marie gave us a little yan with her cousins. What we got from Marie this season? A little yan with her cousins. Her cousins don't like her. Okay, a little yan with her cousins. We saw her opening up one of her clinics. She got into a little something about her signage not making it to the brunch. She got her doctorate. Hell, we didn't even know she was in school. And I think Marie did that on purpose. I think Marie purposely sat back this season and said, I'm going to give y'all the bare minimum. I'm going to give y'all just enough. To stay on the show, to keep my paycheck coming. But hell, Marie didn't even halfway film. Marie wasn't even at a lot of these events. She wasn't at that first event that Aikisha put together. You know what I'm saying? Hey, busy boo. She wasn't at that brunch. She wasn't at the opening. She barely showed up to New Orleans. Like, child, and I think she purposely did that. Tamra don't never give us nothing, child. Tamra don't give us nothing but that high-pitched, squeaky-ass voice. She got a whole baby, and we seen it one time. We seen that baby one time. Hell, we don't even know if her and the baby daddy are together. We don't even know if they together at this point. She has not spoken. Her PhD is from Oklahoma University. She said it on the show. I think Marie may be helping out with Essie. I believe that because they're friends in real life. They really are friends. So she did say that. I didn't even mention. I didn't remember her saying that. Okay, Gail said she said it, that she was in school getting her doctorate. I didn't even remember it. They ain't make a big deal about it. I feel like they dropped the ball with that. They could have gave us more. But yeah, so honestly, Aikisha's gone, so Gucci is probably gone. If Leticia give us one more of them damn dry ass brunches. Oh, and did y'all catch that tea where Aikisha and So Gucci are gonna pull it? Did you hear her throw that in there that they're gonna throw a brunch? She said they're doing their health fair again, and they're gonna have a brunch this season. This shit, when they do their health fair, y'all, they gonna do a brunch. I said that is a direct shot at Leticia. And y'all ain't gotta like Aikisha, but y'all already know if Aikisha about to throw a brunch, baby, it's gonna be a brunch. It's gonna be a brunch. Oh, you were being sarcastic. Oh, okay. Because I was like, I thought she said Oklahoma. Yeah. And if Aikisha do a brunch, baby, it's gonna be a brunch. So look, I mean, I know Belle Collective got picked up for another season, but baby, I don't know what they're gonna do with it. He's gonna have to bring some new Bells on the show. He's gonna have to bring some new people on the show. I guess he's gonna expand Selena. And look, you wanted Selena all along, right? That's who you wanted all along. That's who you wanted all along. So what'll be interesting to see is what Selena give you now that she doesn't have So Gucci. And I told y'all, look, I said it last year. I felt like So Gucci was wrong. And I don't think So Gucci should have pressed charges. I think she was putting 20 on 10. I said that. So before y'all start yelling at me, I said that last year when all that stuff went down. But what I am saying now is Selena's whole storyline since she's been on the show. Her whole storyline since she's been on the show has been So Gucci. If JJ and Shantae are no longer on the show, what does she have? That's all I'm saying. That boutique she opening with her daughters. She got that boutique she gonna open up with her daughters. That's the part about Aikisha I don't like. She does low-key try to show the ladies she can do it better. The ladies will be able to film in peace. Okay. Them clothes ain't selling. Child. Now we don't care about them Alibaba pieces. She was wrong, but can she be mad when someone plays chess better? Okay, her wedding. She is engaged, so maybe she'll give us a wedding. That would be a good storyline. Seeing her plan a wedding and her daughters, and now that would be a good storyline. A wedding is always a good storyline on a reality show. It's always a good storyline on a reality show. But if Aikisha can do it better, is it her fault? No, it ain't her fault. She can't film with them to show us anything because of SSS. I don't know what SSS is. What's that mean, main character? I don't know what that is. What's SSS? Social Security? What's SSS? I don't know what that is. An online boutique is not a flex. Everyone has one. Ooh. Another Shein and Temu boutique. Ooh. Scotty is at work today, honey. I'm not here for Selena, and I haven't watched one episode this season. Child, you ain't missed nothing. I mean, the season was okay, but you really didn't miss nothing. I mean, honestly, Selena hasn't given us much. She really hasn't. Mia said, I think I'm a Netflix and chill. Yeah, I'm about to get off of here. I'm about to go live. She by Shein. Oh, she by Shein. Okay. Oh, I got it. Okay, my bad. I ain't know what that was. Sophia Shantae. Oh, Sophia Shantae. So Gucci. Got it. Got it. Okay, I got it now, y'all. My bad. All right, y'all. I'm about to get off of here. I'm going to, if you are a member on my main channel, I ain't going to be doing nothing, child. We're going to be wrapping gifts, and I'm just going to be talking trash while y'all watch me wrap these gifts, child. So I'm going to get my stuff together. I got to find my scissors and my tape. It's around here somewhere. I have the paper. I got to find my scissors and my tape, and then I got to clean this table off behind me, and then I got to wrap. I want y'all to see something, though, before. I want y'all to see something. Y'all see that spoiled puppy right there? Y'all see that spoiled puppy right there? Look at him. Look. Look at that spoiled puppy. He's just riding. And his mama upstairs. He down here with me. His mama upstairs. He just riding. Thank you, Ravine Boo. Not don't do my baby. Child. Look at y'all. Oh, look at all these Benji. Look at y'all. Look at y'all loving Benji. Let me get off of here. Bye. Bye.